Welcome to Without Regret, the podcast where we empower you to reclaim your energy and zest for life. In today's episode, I have the incredible honor of introducing somebody who truly lights up the room with her presence. This woman is a powerhouse of energy, positivity, beauty, and sheer greatness. After realizing that the party scene was dragging her down in her 50s, she transformed her life into a vibrant and dynamic journey. Now she is thriving, feeling better than ever, and is here to share her wisdom and inspire us all. I know I could use some of her magic to elevate my own life. Join me in welcoming the amazing Adrienne Simmons. Hi, Adrienne.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, it's morning still for me.
Okay,
Where are you?
good morning. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, so you're in Canada. That's awesome.
Mhm.
I'm in Colorado.
Hi, Colorado. Hello.
So
What's the weather like there this
it's
this morning? This morning for you? Yeah.
beautiful today. It's a little cloudy, but it's like
Mhm.
60s, 70s. It's beautiful.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Toronto right now, we are at 5 degrees Celsius. The sun is peeping
Celsius.
through, but we're 5 Celsius. So that might be maybe around between 55, maybe 60 to you guys, I think.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
guessing.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's a big difference. I was thinking like maybe 25, 30. I was like, holy crap, that's cool.
No, we're past that now.
You're like, woohoo, it's 5. Not
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I gotta bundle up. It's 5. Too funny.
Hi.
Okay. I was just reacquainting myself with your profile on Podmatch. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my gosh, can I relate to this? I just turned 50 this year.
Mhm.
And not since turning 50, probably but lately I'm just exhausted all the time, especially
Mm,
in the afternoon. It's
mm.
definitely affecting my productivity. All the things you're saying, I'm like,
Interesting.
teach me your
Interesting.
ways,
Gotcha.
please.
Gotcha.
But
Absolutely my
for
pleasure.
the listeners, let's kind of talk
Mhm,
about,
mhm.
when you in your early 50s and it was taking a downward spiral. What did you mean by that?
Okay. So first of all, thank you very much for saying yes to having me as a guest. I do appreciate
Absolutely.
that. For me, my journey was a real eye opener that led me to where I am today, and that's really appreciating living my life with vitality. I've always had an abundance of energy. It's like I was born with an abundance of energy. They used to laugh and call me the Energizer Bunny. I'm sure you've seen that commercial on TV where you're going
Mm-hmm.
and going and going and going. And, I continued with that lifestyle, 30s and 40s, and obviously into my 50s. Why would I stop that lifestyle? It's a lifestyle that worked for me, that I enjoyed. But what I started realizing is once I crossed over that 50-year line, still making those same choices, and those choices looked like I was an empty nester because my daughter left to go to university. So now I'm bored, I'm restless. What am I doing? You know what? I'm not going home. I would go out after work. Going out after work would then kind of lead to maybe some after parties. After parties lead to drugs, music, and rock and roll. And that leads to obviously a whole lot of processed takeout food at 4 and 5 in the morning. I continued with the lifestyle because you know what? I didn't realize how it was affecting me until I started noticing my productivity at work. I was getting emails. Adrienne, I sent you that email a week ago. I haven't heard from you. Adrienne, where's that information you were supposed to send to me? But I was so tired and I was so hepped up on coffee because that's basically kind of what kept me going because I'm still working my 9 to 5. I'm still doing a 9 to 5. I still need to show up, but I'm hyped up on coffee. I'm hyped up on processed food. And it obviously took a real toll on my mental fatigue and my physical fatigue. Sometimes as I moved through my afternoons, I felt like I was a 3 to a 4 out of 10 on a fatigue level. But you know what? Run downstairs, grab another cup of coffee, zoom, the energy bumps up again, and I'm kind of moving forward. It came to a head when I went for my yearly checkup. I'm always on top of that every single year. I go for my checkup. I think I'm going to say 54, 55, 56 at that point. And when I walked into the office, my doctor, been with him for years, he looks at me and says, Adrienne, what's wrong? You look awful. I said, oh, okay. He goes, you gained a lot of weight. I'm seeing a lot of dark circles under your eyes. I'm seeing bags under your eyes, and you just don't have that vibrant energy that I've come used to seeing you. I said, you know what? It's not my fault. Remember, I'm in my 50s, and the message I heard growing up is Ah, she's in her 50s. She should be slowing down. Ah, he's in his 50s. He should be feeling aches and pains. So that's the message you hear from your parents and your grandparents as you're growing up.
Mhm.
So for me, it's what's up, doc? I mean, I'm in my 50s. I'm supposed to be slowing down. I'm supposed to be looking fatigued. I'm supposed to be feeling aches and pains. He goes, not at all, Adrienne. Not at all, not at all. That only happens if you're not taking the best care of you. I said, yeah, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. He goes, I am worried. My blood test came back. He called me and he goes, Adrienne, I have some bad news for you. This is the first time since I've known you that you are now pre-diabetic. If you do not pay attention, you just need to walk over one line and you're now in the field of being diabetic. For me, Tamara, that made me sit up and take notice because my father died from his diabetes in his early 60s. And for me, I'm thinking, well, if I'm 55 and he died in his early, no, I think it was 67. If he died at 67, I'm only 10 years away. And for me, that's all it took for me to sit up and say, you know what, Adrienne, enough is enough. Second reason why I sat up and took notice was Betty White has always been my role model. I admire that woman and the fact that 99, she was still out there producing, directing, and acting. I've always said, you know what, I'm going to be just like Betty White. So A, I'm scared that I may die in 10 years. B, I don't want to disappoint Betty White. C, I have a daughter that's counting on me. She's going to get married one day. I want to be there. She's going to have children one day. I want to be there for my grandchildren. So I said, Adrienne, you know what? You either continue down this path or you make some serious decisions. And obviously, I took that route. I said, you know what? Enough is enough. I want to live a life of longevity. I want to live a life full of vitality because I know there's so much more I want to do with my life. And I know there's a lot of people counting on me. So Tamara, over a 9-month period, started with that mindset, always starts with a mindset. Why do you want to make these changes, Adrienne? Because you know it's going to be a long journey ahead. And are you prepared to put the work in? So I really had to find the mindset that equaled what my journey was going to look like ahead. For me, that mindset was, I want to live. I want to be there for my daughter. I want to be there for my grandkids. And I have so much more that I want to do in life. So I created a plan. I used myself as a beta test. I created a nutritional plan, a fitness plan. I changed my whole network. Those social individuals that I was hanging out with, that I was partying with, I separated from them. I knew that they did not have my best interest at heart, and their lifestyle wasn't lined up with my lifestyle. So I slowly but surely created a new network of friends who believed in health and wellness and fitness and living a life of vitality. And that supported me because a lot of them held me accountable when I wanted to it's easy to having one of those days and you want to kind of fall back. I don't feel like it. I can't be bothered. And it's like, no, Adrienne, what's your why? Your daughter, Betty White, living longevity, your grandchildren. And it's like, you know, you're right. Let me go walk. Let me go to the gym. Let me eat a salad. I'm not going to call the Uber Eats. And over 9 months, I was able to rebuild my energy level from a cellular level based on the lifestyle choices I made. And as a result, my energy levels are consistently at an 8 to a 9 out of 10 every single day. I wake up with energy from sunrise until sunset. I am powered with a lot of energy. So I am able, anything that I need to get done, I get it done with complete full vitality. What I started noticing shortly after that, Tamara, is people started complimenting me. How come all of a sudden you have so much energy? How come all of a sudden you're bouncing around? And I said, you know what? I've made some choices in my life that have resulted in me benefiting from an increased vitality. And then they started saying, well, if I touch you, Adrienne, can I get some of your energy? Because I am just so tired and I'm not producing as I want to produce. And if I had your energy, I could get done a whole lot more throughout my day. And that's when a light bulb came on my head. Adrienne, you were able to rebuild your energy from a cellular level. You are now seeing all these people with various levels of fatigue all around you, whether it was colleague, whether it was friends, whether it was family. I never noticed it before because I was one of them. I was in that group of fatigued individual. So we all looked the same. I didn't realize that there was any difference. Now that I have rebuilt my energy and I'm looking, I'm thinking, wow, she's walking really slow. Wow, she's not producing as she's used to. While she's complaining of being tired, while she's saying that she's foggy all the time, let me see if I can help them. And that's when I created the Energy Edge. Unlock your body's energy potential. I took what I used in my own beta test and I used it to create a 12-week program that I can now support with other individuals who have said, you know what? I'm tired of my life right now. I know that I have so much more to do, but I'm just tired. I need to find a way to recapture and rebuild my energy so I too can move forward. And that's basically my story to where I am today. I continue to live a life of vitality. I continue to receive compliments all the time. In my full-time job, I work in the non-for-profit sector and I do a lot of public speakings. Every single time I do a virtual presentation tomorrow, at the end, when I open it up for Q&A, the first question I get is, oh my God, you got so much energy. I can feel it through the screen. How do I get your energy? How can I work with you? Oh my gosh, I need a job. I need to find a job, but I have no energy. I would love to work with you to get your energy. How do you keep so energized? And I kind of chuckle and I laugh and I try to revert them back on topic because remember, we're talking about career exploration. We're talking about jobs, but everybody is saying, we'll talk about Adrienne, your energy. How do you get your energy? And that's when I said, Adrienne, you know what? I'm realizing that energy is a commodity for people who don't have it. And that's why I continue on this journey, because everywhere I look, there are so many people suffering from various levels of chronic fatigue. And that means they are not showing up for their self, family, friends, business, and career as they should be. So it just gives me so much joy to know that I'm able to help others with the smallest tips, with the smallest solutions, and see the results when they reach back and say, Adrienne, you know what? I felt so much better today. I went to the gym. I felt so much better today. I was able to go out and play with my grandkids. You know, I could go on with a million stories, but you know what? You may have questions. So let me kind of pause right here.
Oh my gosh, you have so much energy.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
I'm also looking at you and you look fabulous too. I mean,
Thank you.
you don't have a single wrinkle. I mean, I hear it all the time. From myself, I hear that too. I'm looking at myself and like, oh, I didn't put any makeup on. I look terrible, but I'm not wearing my glasses. I think that makes it's weird, but no, you look beautiful, amazing.
And you know what? Guess how old I am?
Well, I'm
if you didn't know me,
you're
how old would you say
probably
I
in
was?
your upper 50s because you said you were around 54 and you started this. So I'm going to guess 56.
My birthday was last Saturday and I turned 66.
No freaking way.
Yes, honey.
You've got to be kidding me. And I would think less than 56 if I didn't know that you started this journey. It took 9 months. I was just doing a tiny bit of math. Like, this must be new. Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know what? I get it all the time. Adrienne, you look 10 years younger than what you really are.
Younger. More than 10 years.
Thank you.
I'm going 20 years at least.
Between you and I am hit on by younger men all the time.
I bet. I believe it.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So the first question that came to my brain was the first question was, how did you meet the people that you met that were in your headspace and that were into the health and fitness? Did you start talking to people at the gym? How did you build that network?
It was, I already had some friends who lived a health and wellness lifestyle. I also went online and I also connected with colleagues at work and I connected with colleagues at the gym as well too. And it's like, you know what? You seem to really be into your health and fitness. I am looking to change my whole lifestyle and I want to surround myself with like-minded individuals who I can learn from pick their brain, take their best practices, and know that they will also hold me accountable. It's important to always surround yourself with individuals who you want to role model and mimic as well too, and you want to look up to as mentors as well too. So I made sure to surround myself during that 9 month with those types of individuals. They were all around me. I just didn't see them because I was living a life of fatigue, fast food, processed food, drugs, alcohol, and rock and roll. They were all around me. I just didn't see them.
Yeah.
Until I needed to see them.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. The whole thing, just, I don't want to dive too much into the before, and the partying side. But just interesting that came at such a late age in life. Like,
you know what? No, I've always partied. I've always indulged in different levels of drugs, different levels of alcohol. But it was when my daughter left, and it's that empty nest syndrome. And I'm in the house and I'm looking around and I have nothing to do. For me, I realized after the fact, I was just bored. I was just bored.
Lonely,
so for me, to alleviate that boredom, what's going to alleviate that boredom? Hanging out with someone that maybe goes to the gym and goes home, or finding a group of people that are out dancing and there's music and there's noise and there's alcohol and there's drug, because that keeps you up and that keeps you pumped. And I wanted that feeling because I didn't want to come back home at 11 o'clock into an empty house. I wanted to go throughout the whole night so I didn't have to deal with my own loneliness and being bored. I've obviously now learned how to appreciate my alone time, how to appreciate quiet time. But back then, it was all about the next party. It was all about keeping me hyped up and keeping me excited.
Right. So you created this plan, and because of the network of people you met up with, so did you completely quit drinking, quit doing all of that stuff, just cold turkey, just stopped?
Over 9 months. But once I decided my why and I stopped associating with that crowd where I was accessing the alcohol and the drugs, I mean, it took me a while, but I slowly kind of weaned down to lesser kind of substances, to the point where even marijuana, I was able to say goodbye to marijuana as well too. Alcohol, yes, for my birthday last week, absolutely. I went out, they took me out and I was drinking and I was eating a whole lot of garbage food. And I got to be honest though, because my body is so clean, I knew that when my birthday weekend was approaching and I had all these invitations, I knew that I probably wasn't just going to be ordering a salad and a glass of water. So I'm the kind of person that, because I'm now so in tune with the connection of our mind, body, and soul, I talk to myself all the time. So I said, you know what, body, it's my birthday. I've received a lot of invitations and I'm going to be ingesting alcohol and a lot of processed food. I'm just letting you know now, I apologize, because I know this is not what you need, but this is what I want. It's going to be all about Adrienne for the next couple of days. So I did have that conversation. And to be honest, Tamara, I felt awful when I got home. You remember, because my body is so clean, I felt it right away. I felt miserable over the next couple of days. And it was just my body's way of saying, you know what, Adrienne, I didn't need this. You wanted it. I didn't need this. And I don't feel good at all. So I've been doing a lot of apologizing to her since my birthday.
I bet. Yeah, I know. I just ate some Chick-fil-A for breakfast and I'm already regretting it. I do normally eat pretty well. So yeah, when I do indulge, and Chick-fil-A is like my weakness. It's God's food. It's good. It's fine.
I know we do find ways to justify it, don't we?
Justify, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I have definitely been feeling the tiredness, and I've been getting sick a lot, and colds and stomach issues and just stuff like that. And so especially today when I was reading through your thing, I was like, oh my goodness, I need her help. So I might need to sign up for your program.
We'll talk one-on-one after. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. That would be awesome. So what does your program entail? What does that look like?
Okay. So before we start my program, when I meet with a client, I introduce them to the dimensions of wellness. And there are 8 key dimensions of wellness. And I'm going to list them off in alphabetical order. There's our emotional wellness, our intellectual wellness, mental wellness, nutritional physical wellness, social wellness, spiritual wellness, occupational wellness, and people are not now talking about environmental wellness. So when I meet with a client initially, I will list out all of the dimensions of wellness and I'll ask them to honestly rate themselves on a scale from 10 being, I feel phenomenal, to 1, I'm not feeling good at all. Where would you rate yourself and every single one of those dimensions of wellness? Because these dimensions represent who we are as human beings. And when I get their results back, if they have listed anything of 5 and under, that tells me that might be a channel that is draining your energy. Let's find out what's going on in that channel. Why did you only give it a 3 out of 10? You rated it a 3 out of 10. So that's how you're feeling. What's going on in your life around that channel that might be pulling you down? And once we identify what it is, I will now provide you with solutions to regenerate your energy in that particular channel, to slowly but surely, one by one, to level up until you get to a point. For you, you might be fine at 7. I'm okay at 7 out of 10. I'm going to kind of stay here. You might say, you know what, Adrienne, no, I want to be an 8 out of 10. So we continue working until you can confidently say, you know what, I definitely feel like I'm an 8 out of 10 in this particular channel. So it starts with identifying your dimensions of wellness and which ones may be draining your precious energy.
Okay. And then it's just build a customized plan with them. That's fantastic. So is it always one-on-one or is there a group component?
One-on-one. It's personal because everybody has very unique, personalized wellness challenges.
True. You don't have like a support group though, or because I mean, I'm sure you do see similarities. Everybody's different, of course, but there's got to be a commonality somewhere. So no, not like a support network, like a Facebook group that people join or anything like that.
Absolutely. I also have a private Facebook group as well too. But if your particular, for example, let's say you identify that it's your eating habits. And you know what, Adrienne, I'm being very honest with you. I'm going to give myself a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I know that once in a while I may eat vegetables, but I got to be honest, Uber is so easy. I get home from work, I'm tired. I just can't be bothered to kind of stand up and make a meal. It's just so easy for me to do the processed foods. But I know that based on what you're saying, it's not the best thing for my body. I know I'm not doing my body any favors by continuing to ingest these type of foods. So because I am not a nutritionalist, I now have affiliate partners that I might say, okay, are you more comfortable working with a female, a male, someone more mature, or someone maybe closer to your age? And I would refer you to someone who's a specialist in that area to work with them around your nutritional plan, and you and I will still continue to work together on your other areas as well too. If, for example, it's physical fitness, yeah, I know, I'm supposed to move, I would refer you to a personal trainer, and you and she or he have that conversation and you decide whether you want to work with the person or, you know what, no, I'm just going to go to my local gym. Adrienne, you've motivated me enough. I'm going to kind of start with the gym first. If I feel I want to do personal trainer, that'll be my second step. So depending on what you need, I'm either going to be the person that can walk you through it, or I'm going to refer you to a specialist that I have in my networks.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Super awesome. Okay. I don't know. You answer all the questions. I don't even have to ask.
Can I share a few more things?
Please, absolutely. Go for it.
What I've realized is our bodies talk to us. I never knew this before, but as you start becoming more in tune with your body and the interconnectedness of our minds, our emotions, our physicality, and our spirituality, I realize that our bodies talk to us in the only way it knows how, and that is through pain. Our body is not able to tell us, hey, my back is hurting, but your body will, all of a sudden, you might feel a little ache in your pain. You might feel a little ache in your knee as you kind of stand up. That's your body's communication saying, Tamara, I'm not well. I'm not well. I'm letting you know I'm not well. Can you help? But what happens, Tamara, is a lot of us, we just brush it off. We brush it off. Ah, a little ache. It's a little pain. I'm busy. I got things to do. I'm busy. And we keep on going. And the body does its best to hold us up. And we keep on exposing our body to whatever it was that initially is causing this. For a lot of people, it's inactivity. For a lot of people, it's nutritional choices. For a lot of people, it's stress. They're not managing their stress. For a lot of individuals, they don't have a social network. For a lot of individuals, it's the exposure to external toxins, maybe even within their home as well, too. There's a wide variety of reasons why we are experiencing different levels of chronic pain. And that's where I help my clients try to identify what's going on in your life, what's in your home, what's in your environment, what do you do every day? Describe a day to me. And once I hear that, I get a better picture of, okay, I think I may know what may be a cause of some of your particular ailments. But getting back to our bodies, I try to help my clients understand. Try to tune in the next time you feel a pain anywhere in your body. Stop whatever you're doing and focus in on that pain and at least acknowledge, okay, I'm acknowledging that my wrist is hurting. Wrist, okay, what's going on? Start off by just holding the area gently and saying, I love you and you're healthy. I love you and you're healthy. Sometimes it's a matter of self-talk. Remember, our minds are connected to our emotions, are connected to our physiology. If something happens to us physically, we'll feel it mentally, we'll feel it emotionally. It's everything is interconnected. So for me, when I hold that area and I acknowledge, okay, I know you're not feeling well. I'm sorry. I don't know what I've done to cause it, but I love you and you're healthy. Tamara, within a few minutes, the pain is gone. I don't know if it's the acknowledgement. I don't know if it's the telepathy to say, you know what? You're healthy. You're healthy. Whereas a lot of people will say, I'm ill. I'm ill. I don't feel well. I don't feel well. It's that self-talk. What message are you telling your mind? And your mind accepts whatever you tell it. So you will never hear me say anything negative about myself. Anything around me, I always try to find the positive in every situation. Even if something has done something bad to me, I'll acknowledge it, but I'll say, you know what? The positive is I've learned a lesson. I will never allow myself to focus on anything negative because I know what you focus on, you bring into your life. They say energy flows where your attention goes. The law of attraction, what you put out comes back to you. I only put out positive vibes. And that's why I know I'm able to live a life of vitality because my life is only about, you know what? I'm fantastic today. I feel great today. I'm going to do amazing things today. I look amazing today. I'm going to help so many people today. And the universe provides all those opportunities back to me. Never have I said I look terrible. You look fantastic, Adrienne. And I look fantastic.
You do look fantastic. I agree.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I try to do that sometimes. I'm not the best at it. I'm not consistent with it. But there are days when I get up and I get ready for work and I look in the mirror and I'm like, you look great today. You are going to rock.
Yes.
You're going to be so good today. And I'll tell them,
yes.
But I don't do it enough. I don't do it enough for sure. Yeah.
That's what
Especially when I start to feel run down.
Exactly. And that's the times when we need to sit up and say, you know what? Shake it off. I'm good. I'm good. Let's go. Let's go. I don't have time to wallow because you know what? I got things to do. I got places to go and I got people counting on me. Shake it off and let's go.
Yeah. I've got people counting on me. That's another guy that I interviewed said the same thing. He was like, I have people counting on me. That's one of the things that keeps him going. Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's talk about the mindset then. So when you first started this journey, how did you find the mental strength to, because it really does start with the mind. So how did you manage that?
Wow. It starts off by what do I want? How do I want my life to look? What quality of life do I want? So, I started with that. And of course, the quality of life was, of course, I want a great quality of life. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to live long. I want to be there for my family and friends. I want to make a difference. So, I just every day I would kind of wake up and I would kind of, it would be my mantra. And throughout the afternoon, my mantra. And then there are days that you kind of fall off. And,
Hmm.
it's like, oh, I'm kind of feeling kind of low today. And God, I think I want a joint, or I think I want to go and get a drink. But that's when I would kind of reach out to my accountability partners and say, you know what, kind of feeling, I'm having a slumpy day today. I'm having a slumpy day today. You know what? Give me some inspiration. Give me some inspiration. And it's like, Adrienne, why are you doing this? Why did you even first reach out to us and ask us to be your accountability partners? What did you say your why was, Adrienne? Always bring your why back into the forefront of your memory. Whenever you feel like you're having a slumpy day, use it as your North Star. So then what I started doing is I created a vision board after that. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
a way for me to always keep on top of it is I want to be able to look at something. So I have my vision board right here in my office. My bedroom is there, my office is here, and I look at it as soon as I wake up. There's my vision board. And then on my phone, I have my daughter, and then I have my family. And then for me, I knew I wanted to be a business owner. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew it had something to do with motivation. So for me, I started thinking about myself as a motivational speaker, and I started picturing myself kind of on stage like Tony Robbins and Lisa Nichols. And it's like, you know what? And so whenever I felt down, I would look at my vision board. I see Tony Robbins, I see Lisa Nichols, and it's like, there you are, agent. There you are in a couple of years. Get up and go, get up and go, shake it off, shake it off. You've got things to do. You've got people counting on you. Stop wallowing and get outside and go to the gym. So for me, it was number one, my accountability partners always reminding me, and then creating a vision board of what I wanted my vision to look like moving forward. So with the accountability partners, my vision board, I got Betty White there as well too. I got my daughter on my phone. It's like, you know what? Okay, you guys, thanks a lot. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Adrienne. Let's go. Let's go. So I made sure that I had a lot of supports, even within my home, that would always remind me of what's my why? Why are you even doing this, Adrienne?
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Is your vision board literally right there?
Yeah, it is.
Can we see it?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can. Absolutely.
thank
Oh my
you.
goodness.
That's
Oh my
awesome. So it's
goodness.
like
Oh my
cutouts and
goodness.
quotes
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh, here we go.
oh, look,
Can we
it
see?
got
Oh,
bigger. There's more. But
oh,
wait,
no,
there's
there's more.
more.
Hold on a sec. I want you to see the bottom part. Oh
Do
yeah,
you
all these.
add to it? Do you change it or is it kind of static?
Yeah, I change it as I kind of accomplish certain of my goals. I kind of, okay, I've done that. What's my new updated goal? What do I want to do now? What's ahead of me? What's coming next?
Okay.
So yeah, over the last 10 years, it's definitely been updated to where I am today and where I'm looking to go tomorrow.
Awesome. I've got to do that.
Yes.
I definitely need
Mhm.
to do that. It's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Like in
Okay.
journaling. I have this journal app on my phone, but my journal inspiration lately has been not just to write just text, but like idea bubbles and, you know, doodles and, it doesn't have to be, I just learned that your journaling doesn't just have to be, well, today I did this and this is, my what I'm manifesting for my future. Like it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be that. Yeah. So I need to get a journal that I can handwrite in. But a vision board is something it's on my list of things to do,
Mhm.
which is big.
We're very visual individuals, and when we can actually see
Mm-hmm.
ourselves in any of our visions, again, it kind of, see, the mind doesn't know the difference between reality and make believe. The mind just knows what you tell it. So if you keep on every day looking at your vision board saying, I'm going to be the next Tony Robbins, the vision board doesn't know that you're not going to be it. Your mind just says, she's going to be the next Tony Robbins. What can I do to get her to that level of Tony Robbins? And for me, it's like, that's what's happening. I'm moving up. I'm moving up. My energy, people are coming out to me, my clients. And it's like, my goal this year is I'm going to do a TED Talk. I'm going on stage. I'm taking my message to a larger stage. That is my next evolution in my growth plan. So it's like, you know what? We got a TED talk. We're talking on some large stages. That's where I'm going next though. And my mind is saying, okay, she's going on a stage. How do we get her to that stage? And little synchronicities are happening. Slowly but surely, I'm getting things into my email box. Learn to be a guest speaker. Learn to be a public speaker. I got a TED talk last week. It's like, how the hell did TED talk know that I was even thinking about that? But the universe synchronizes whatever you tell it it wants. I really believe in the power and the strength of whatever you tell your mind you want. Your mind's going to find a way to make it happen because your mind doesn't know anything else except what you tell it.
Yeah. But the things coming in your inbox, that's Google and the power of Apple and their technology spying on you.
But I never said
they're listening in. I think they can hear your thoughts.
You know what? People say that all the time. Because when I got the TED Talk, it's like, I haven't even told anybody.
Yeah.
I just said to myself, I wonder what it would feel like to do a TED Talk.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, you want to learn how to do a TED Talk? It's like, really? Universe? Really, universe? Universe, you really heard me.
Yeah.
Universe, cool. Thanks, universe. And I'll say, thank you, universe. You.
It's so true, though. It's very true. Yeah. And, but you know what? I would so much rather see stuff like that in my inbox or on my, my news feed or whatever I'm looking at than some of the crap I see on there. Right.
Oh,
so
boy.
yeah, certainly
that
means you're heading in the right direction. You're doing the right things.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Something else that I focus on in my life, Tamara, is, because we're surrounded with so much negative news, so much disparaging news. I mean, Gaza and Israel. For me, I intentionally will not focus on negative commentary any day. Yeah. Yes, I'll hear it, but I don't have to read it. So my focus will only be on inspiration, feel good stories. I choose what I allow myself to absorb. If I was to allow myself to totally be wrapped up in all the negativity that's going on in our life, I wouldn't be where I am right now, because basically what you feed inside of your mind is how you're going to live your life. I choose to live a life of vitality. Vitality is not negative. Vitality is anything that is going to be uplifting and empowering and inspirational and motivational. So I intentionally will look for feel-good stories every single day. I intentionally will listen to Tony Robbins. I intentionally will listen to Lisa Nichols. I intentionally will listen to anything, spiritual songs that say you are the greatest thing that God created. I will listen to anything that lifts my spirit, because through me, I pay it forward. I outside. Hi, good morning. How are you? People, you're so friendly. You're always saying hi to everybody. I'll say hi to dogs. I'll say hi to cats. I'll look at the grass and say, grass, you are looking green today. You are looking sexy today. Because I acknowledge anything that is alive. I want them to know I see you, I acknowledge you, and I love you. And because of that, my life is filled with so much joy and positivity and vitality and energy. I'm just happy.
I love that. And it is infectious.
Thank you.
I kind of think of myself as being that way, but looking at you, I'm like, whoa, I've got a long way to go. I need to work on this because I try.
Keep on trying.
I'm not there yet. And I want to be there. I want to be like you. I'm going to put you on my vision board. That's what I'm.
That's a great idea. Okay, we'll talk. Okay. I'll send you a picture. Thank you.
I've got one, you've got some here on Podmatch and I'm going to download it.
Perfect. There you go.
I'll put those on there. Or just take a screenshot from the video with your big smile. I love it. I love it. I think you must be very successful in your job. So how long have you been doing this? Don't tell me. How long have you been doing the Energy Edge consulting program or coaching program?
I'm going to say September of 2023.
Okay. So almost 2 years. No, almost a year. Not quite a year.
Yeah, this September will be a year. Exactly.
Okay. So you transformed your life over a 9-month period when you were in your mid 50s, 55, right? Now you're 66 and you've only been doing this less than a year. So what during that 10-year time span there between when you made the shift and now, or last September, is that when you were hearing people constantly telling you, how do I get your energy? I want to And so you've been thinking about it for that long.
You know, I only started my business at the tail end of COVID because that's when the light bulb came on. I'm going to say probably maybe January of 2023, a light bulb kind of came on. It's like, you know what, Adrienne, you continue to hear and receive such lovely compliments about your energy. And that's when I put the two and two together. Energy is obviously a commodity for individuals that don't have it. Because I
Mhm.
don't have it, I'm getting compliments from people who don't have it. Energetic people, would say, hey, Adrienne, your energy matches mine. But those with suffering with fatigue, those are the ones that are saying, God, I'm so tired. I wish I had your energy.
Mhm.
So, through there, you kind of think, how can I help them? Maybe I can help them through coaching. And that's when I obviously, in May, I enrolled, I took a coaching program, I became certified. And in September, that's when, once I finished my certification, that's when I opened up my business.
Okay. Gotcha. How do you reach people besides podcasts?
Mhm. Social media,
Mhm.
LinkedIn, colleagues at work, neighbors, at the gym, in the grocery store, because I've been living in my area for over 25 years. So people have kind of seen me over the years.
Mhm.
And it's just, they'll kind of say, you just look so vibrant. I see you, you're walking all the time. What are you doing? Like, what do you do? As soon as I tell them, a fitness and health wellness coach, oh, you know what? How can I get in touch with you? I'm having some concerns. I'm kind of thinking about something. Can I open up a conversation with you? So a lot of times it's just people who see me personally, but then again, it's through colleagues and it's through my social platforms as well too, because I obviously am sharing my website and obviously my programs as well too on my different platforms,
Yeah. So how
and
do people,
referrals from past clients.
right? I was gonna say word of mouth is probably huge too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, which just means you're fantastic at what you do. You're getting the word of
Thank
mouth.
you. Thank you.
So how do people reach you on social media? What's your handles?
Absolutely. They can reach me at energyforlife.energy, and that takes them directly to my website. If they want a coffee chat with me, it's energyforlife.energy/calendar.
Okay. And that's the link that I had here
Mhm.
on here. Um, awesome. That's fantastic. I don't think I have any other questions.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if this is a great question, but well, how would you tell somebody to get started? And would you tell somebody to go get a physical first? Is that factor in anywhere? Because I'm thinking that I may have some sort of actual physical health issue going on that I've just
Mhm.
been kind of putting off going to the doctor because it's scary.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes.
so is
Mhm.
that a component of your coaching?
Again, it depends on how you score in your dimensions of
Okay.
wellness.
Okay.
If you have no concerns with your physical wellness or your nutritional wellness, maybe for you it's your intellectual wellness. I just feel stagnant. I'm not learning. Maybe it's your occupational wellness. You know what? I hate what I'm doing, but I can't leave my job. I have my family to support, but I hate going into work every day. They obviously don't need to be recommended to a physician. For me, in that case, it would be, you know what? Let's take a look at what it may feel like if you do leave your job, but let's figure out, first of all, what you want to do.
Hmm.
So before you even think about going anywhere, yes, you don't like what you're doing Monday to Friday, but because you have responsibilities, you have a family, you have a mortgage, what are some of your other interests? So because I do this full time, it's easy for me to help my clients with their career exploration. Let's say it's with your social wellness. I'm alone. I don't really have a lot of friends. And I'm starting to get worried because, the thoughts in my head, and I'm only kind of reading what's on social media. And I just don't like the way my mind is going down that rabbit hole, Adrienne. I'm about a 2 out of 10 when it comes to my social wellness. Okay, we need to start creating a healthy social network for you. So in those cases, I would start off with, what are some things that you used to like? Maybe you used to like to read. Maybe you used to like to garden. Maybe you used to like to paint. Maybe you used to like to salsa dance. Whatever you used to like doing, do you think you might still like that now? I think I would still like to paint, but you know what? That was when I lived in another city and I don't know anybody here. Let's try to find you a social network of painters in your neighborhood that you can start to connect with. more particularly in person, not virtually, because virtually you're still at home on your own. Let's get you out of the house. So it depends on where you tell me. Maybe it's your financial wellness. Oh my God, Adrienne, I spend. I have no investment and no savings, and I'm getting worried because I'm getting a little bit older and I know I'm supposed to have some. All right. Because I'm not a financial advisor, in that case, I would refer them to a few financial advisors that I have built up venture partnerships with as well too. So it all depends on where you are in your wellness journey. And that will tell me, okay, if it is physical, then I would definitely say, if you're comfortable with your current medical practitioner, start off with a medical examination. Now, between you and I, Tamara, we all are familiar with conventional doctors, but again, through my journey, I've gotten to learn a lot more about naturopathic practitioners, and that is my first referral choice. I would rather send you to someone who's not going to first say, let me get you on some chemical pills, let me get you on pills. Let's see what's going on inside of your gut, and let's see if we can look at an organic strategy to clean you up instead of pumping more pills inside of you. That will never be my choice. It's up to you. If you want to go to your practitioner because you feel, then that's fine. But I would also say, along with that, why don't you get a second opinion? See if you can find a naturopath in your area, have a conversation, and now both of them have told you what they feel might be the symptoms and the potential solutions, and you decide which one you want to go with. But I will always promote, try not to put more chemicals in your body. See if we can find a more natural way to clean out your gut health.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, medical insurance doesn't cover natural doctors.
Oh,
so they're not cheap.
okay. No, and you're absolutely right. So that's where an individual has to decide.
Yeah.
If I do go with my regular practitioner, and if they are prescribing pills, do I want to continue putting pills inside of me? Because that might be the root cause of your symptoms. And that's what a lot of naturopaths will tell you. It's the chemicals inside of those prescriptions, along with the environmental chemicals. That combination inside of you might be your root cause. So, some people have to decide, my health, I know I can't afford it, but is it worth it to maybe at least try? But you know what? If there's a conversation, because a lot of times we can clean up our own health just by starting to make some healthier lifestyle choices. And sometimes that starts to mitigate some of the symptoms. So even before going to a practitioner, a naturopath, I'll say, what does your current nutritional diet comprise of? And if it's predominantly processed and fried food and a lot of sugars, I'm going to say, let's start first by increasing plant-based and reducing all the others. And let's see over a couple of weeks, are you feeling less discomfort? And if you say, yeah, then you know what? It could be because you've reduced what your body does not need, and you've given your body what she wants. Yeah. And she is saying, thank you. I'm feeling better, Tamara. So you're going to feel better, Tamara. Give me some more, Tamara. I'm going to make you happier, Tamara. More fruits, more vegetables, more grains, more water. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Tamara. Look how amazing we feel, Tamara, because you're not putting any more processed food in me. You're not giving me more sugar, Tamara. You're not giving more grease, Tamara. I don't need that, Tamara. You're making me sick. And that's why I feel sick. And as a result, you're feeling those symptoms because you're not feeding me what I need to make you healthy. Stop it. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're absolutely spot on there, especially in America. Our diet is not great, as I'm sure you've heard. And I'm sure Canada is probably not far behind. Exactly.
Yeah. So I've definitely made a concerted effort to improve the way I eat over the past couple of years. And it helps a lot. And I can definitely tell when I eat something that my body doesn't want me to eat.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to hang on with you. If there's anything else you want to say before we stop recording?
You know what? The last thing I always love to say when I'm, doing these recordings is, We all have a choice. We have a commercial on TV in Canada. It's a lotto commercial, and it features a dream coach, and obviously he's with somebody. And he'll say to them, if you won $10 million, what would you dream for? And the person might say, a sailboat. He says, dream bigger, a yacht. Dream bigger, a yacht and an island. He goes, yes. Why dream to the min when you can dream to the max? I've taken that, and my mantra is, why live to the min when you can live to the max? On that note, everybody have a beautiful, energetic day. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Without Regret, the podcast. I really appreciate it. And I'd like to ask you to please like and subscribe. Leave me a review wherever you get your podcast. That would be really awesome because that's how my podcast is going to get noticed. So that would be a huge help, or share it on your social media would be awesome as well. Thank you so much. This podcast is a Without Regret production, which is produced by me. Artwork is by me. Everything's by me except for that theme song. That's by a guy named Michael Bruguglio. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Without Regret Podcast and on Instagram at without_regret_podcast. Thanks again.